straighten out pretty soon. I see people getting a little stir crazy in my house anyway. But we're here for the good news. Now, I know you're looking at this screen here. Total cases 1 million. Okay, so now that the United States is leading the way in leading the charge in this war against the virus, we're now perfecting the testing technique, and you better believe that Donald Trump wants to test you. He wants to test every American, because I think what is going to happen is excuse me, I'm actually a little tickled tonight, but you know what, I'm not afraid, because I don't think it's really severe to anyone who's not old or has a health condition. So I'm not really going to worry about it, because I know soon the test will be available to everybody. And once we know that a lot of people have it, I think what we should test for is who's already have it and who's immune to it, and if we can actually use blood plasma with antibodies to cure other people. That seems to be one of the initiatives. So anyway, there was some news today. The Inspector General Michael Atkinson fired. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Something tied to the Ukraine, and his ties to the intelligence community against Donald Trump. What a surprise there, guys! Another swamp rat. So, as I'm looking at this, I'd like to make a comparison that I made a couple of videos ago. This is over a week ago. I showed a video that made the point that as you see, there are 20 million worldwide infected right here, and there's 1 million infected worldwide, 20 million infected in the United States during the H1N1 national emergency that no one remembers 10 years ago. 10 years ago, there was a national emergency. For those of you who don't know, you look at H1N1, search this, H1N1, and look at the video that says 10 years ago, and click that video. I keep clicking that video and just telling people to watch it, not telling them what it is. They think it's happening right now. It's not happening right now at all. It's not happening at all. We have 1 million cases in the world, and we have a cure that nobody wants. Hydroxychloroquine? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, that and the Z-Pack, right? Erythromycin, something like that. These things already cure it. But you wouldn't know that by watching TV, even though those are the two preferred drugs worldwide. When they surveyed what people used in the past against these coronaviruses, which actually covers many different viruses. It's the Wuhan virus, and some really awful information is coming out about China that I consider good news, because this exposure is not going to look good for them. Their reputation is really on the line right now. I think the world's looking at China with a raised eyebrow. I certainly am. And let's see. So don't forget, again, in preliminary reports, because it went up to at least 17,000 dead, the H1N1 thing. There was no stock market crash. There was no problem. We just got a shot. And that was 20 million total infected. That was 8 million children, 12 million adults. Okay? So, and hospitals just full of people. And they were dying. If you look at my other video, the guy says they were dying of H1N1. They didn't even know. They had no idea. And so, Obama used up, who I voted for, Obama. Yeah, he used up all the stuff, masks and stuff. He didn't put it back. So I also reported in my last video, also I recapped that and reported that New York was a very interesting situation where the leaders of New York came on TV and told people to go to the movies and stuff, as they called the president a racist for restricting flights from China. So yeah, they did that, and they decided to put them anywhere they would infect each other, apparently, and now you've got a big red spot on the map where New York was, and now there's just a bunch of COVID virus right there. So the doctor in New York, there's a COVID doctor in New York. He just says, don't touch your face. That's the number one thing. So it's really good news that it's not being transmitted through the air as easily as previously thought, because the social distancing is, I think, really getting into the American psyche, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that unless it's absolutely necessary. Now, I believe it's going to be found out that, in fact, it's not that necessary. But you want some good news? Okay, you came to the right place. I want to focus on New York in this video, because there's some really good news coming out of New York. And sometimes it's just boots on the ground. I'm going to focus on Dana Ashley. She has a great channel. Subscribe to her channel. She's a great patriot and Christian. And watch what happens. Now, I heard this from a friend of mine. Mark, shout out to you. And thanks for the shirt. And it rang a bell. And I knew Dana had said something about this. And watch this.
Hello, YouTube family. It's me, Miss Dana Ashley. Today we're out getting a little exercise, but I wanted to report something that is amazing. In an earnest attempt to sort fact from fiction, citizen reporters are popping up and hitting the streets to verify whether or not what we're hearing about these hospitals is true.
Approximately how many coronavirus patients have you seen? How many? You don't know? 2? 100? 3. You've seen 3.
So again, there are no lines of people. There is no mass chaos out here, contrary to what the mainstream media is telling you.
How do you know they had coronavirus? Do you guys test
No,
in the
I'm
ambulance?
sure there are some places.
You don't know.
But
You assume.
I mean, this is weird.
Symptoms?
Can you blame Americans for wanting to verify the truth when networks like CBS are doing things like this?
Cases are being found right here. Crowded subway cars may have accelerated the spread. New York
Look at this fear.
FEMA gave the state 4
We don't have respirators. This is horrible what they did right here. This is actually
ventilators when I need 30,000.
not footage
So when
from
watching this
even New
from
York.
CBS, the slant, is the great need for the equipment. We don't have enough equipment. So the crowded ER shot demonstrates we have an epicenter of this disease in New York, and we don't have enough. We need 30,000 ventilators. But the only problem is this footage has already run on Sky News on March 22nd talking about Italy. Yeah.
This is the main hospital in Bergamo in Lombardy province. It's one of the most advanced hospitals.
The exact same room. That's the exact same room. Unbelievable what they do. This is the mainstream news, guys. Don't ever believe them, ever.
In Elmhurst, Queens, that hospital there, lines of people lining up already this morning for about the last 45 minutes. Confirmed cases, people waiting to get tested. Supplies are in demand there.
Somebody said there would be hordes of people inside, that's why I didn't go in.
I don't see anybody.
The doctor with his mask on and everything.
I saw one guy's shoes who was leaving.
Nobody.
This is insane, guys.
There's just police, no EMS.
Just chilling.
Nothing.
Right? It's a good job, right? Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Absolutely. Ghosts. That's all they got you afraid of, ghosts.
With the growing number of patients as supplies dwindle. You can see barricades behind us set up here outside of the hospital to keep order here because so many have been lining up every day to get tested.
Where's the long lines of people trying to get tested? I don't see that.
Thank God. So that's what I'm saying, guys.
I just wanted to give you guys an idea of
You know what?
it
I
looks
won't
like.
go into any more of this video. Dana does a great job. Please, I'll leave the link. And understand that the videos from now on are going to try to figure out what's really going on, guys. And I have a great feeling that we are going to be okay, but they want you to stay scared. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about that in the upcoming videos. We'll talk about why they want you to stay scared, what's in it for them. And the frightening part is all of this. It's not even all that accurate. Okay, all kinds of good news is coming in that's going to stop the fear that they are trying to spread. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for coming out. God bless. See you in the next video.